investigating magistrates and anti-corruption prosecutors were leading the probe. That's your news at the top of the hour for this time. This was brought to you compliments Dominic Brewery and Beverages Limited and NCCU Limited. I am Richie Farrell. Join us again at 11 a.m. for more news.
Q Top of the Hour News. As it happens, when it happens, wherever it happens. Local, regional, and global. Only on Q95, the big station. Q95DA.com. Right on Q, the big station.
Pressures of a life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. I pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like a pass split turn up the music. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody. Yeah, for every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make us sing together. And who said life no order? And every man got this struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my trouble. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me.
is Mr. Vegas, and I just want to take time out to tell you how great God has been to me. If God has been great to you, I want you all just enjoy this song. Climbed up to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Went down into the deepest valley, look all around and never find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find no one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy.
Cause I feel life and it tough. Now stay down, mama, time pick it up. Now bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. Now pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah, like a past split on up the music. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who said life not order? And every man got this struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me know I got my struggle. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. We skanking till the morning come. Until the day when my troubles are gone. Hallelujah. We're grooving in a cha-cha. We're grooving all my troubles away. Everybody wanna feel like me. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Everybody wanna feel like me. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Everybody wanna feel like me. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. Feel a reggae music sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Body was skanking sweet.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Real Estate Talk. This is Marian Johnfin, the real estate lady, the best source for all your real estate needs. And real estate, we continue to engage the experts in the specific roles that they play in the process of buying, managing, maintaining real estate. And one of the areas that, we want to look at today, is providing security to your real estate. When you are offering accommodation, you want to also ensure that security to your guests is one of the aspects that has to be provided. Security to the community, the city. And we are talking a little bit about security system this morning. So when we come back, we'll delve into it and discuss all what is available in this country. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Real estate and security.
Real Estate Talk with host Marian Johnfin, the real estate lady, the best source for all your real estate needs. Real Estate Talk is aired on the big station, Q95 FM, every Tuesday morning from 10:15 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Real Estate Talk is talking primarily on all things real estate, commercial and residential. We talk about the real estate market. We talk about the market conditions for buying and selling. We talk about choosing a professional real estate agent. We talk about financing your purchase and finding the right property. We engage the experts with specific roles in the process of buying and selling real estate. Real Estate Talk every Tuesday on Q95 FM from 10:15 a.m. with host Marianne Johnson.
Yes, and welcome back. I have with me in studio this morning the staff or the representative of Intelco, and they are providing some security to the community. So I want to invite them to introduce themselves to you. So good morning and welcome to Real Estate Talk.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning to everybody listening. I am Shari Pascal Maroney, and most people may associate me with the biz and know the voice. But I also represent the company that is the parent company of Intellico Security Systems. So that explains why I'm here today. And I'm not talking printers, I'm talking real estate and security.
Okay, that's what we're about.
Hi, good morning. I'm Cuthbert Maroney. I represent Intellico, part of end-to-end distributors. We mainly provide security solutions for the country.
Okay, thank you so much. What was your last name you said?
Maroney.
And what is your last name?
Maroney.
Oh, okay. So you're the Maronis. Okay, I see now. Okay, so I guess the security system got to be functioning.
Yes.
You get double.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for being with me, and tell me about some of the services that you are offering in reference to secure home security. It's not just enough to just build a house and or provide accommodation to persons. Persons want to know what are some of the security amenities that are wrong in a property. So please explain to us or the listeners, what are some of the security solutions that you are offering to us Dominicans?
Well, I will start off by saying, of course, the most, I guess, popular one would be the security cameras. This is something that the cameras have been around for a long time, and we've seen changes in the technology, going from analog to digital and different, I guess, specs, so to speak. Just like you would have a cell phone and you would see a change in how good your camera is on your cell phone. It's the same where security cameras are concerned. So we definitely do offer solutions with security cameras, but we go further than that, and I want to say one step further. We go many steps further because we also offer the things that people sometimes place emphasis on when they look at movies but don't place emphasis on for themselves. Access control. And so, of course, we're talking home as well as commercial, as residential and commercial. So, of course, access control, so you can restrict the flow of traffic in and out of your building, because there are some areas, of course, that you don't need everybody to have access to. So rather than just relying on a camera, you can always you can lock the door and prevent them from coming in. You only give access to the people who need it. On top of that, you also have the smoke detectors, fire alarms, motion sensors, and I could just go on and on with a list of things that take it a few steps further than just your basic security cameras. So it is, as you rightly said, solutions. That's what we offer. It's a complete package, and you can build on from starting with the foundation, which I consider to be the cameras.
Okay, let's say a little bit on the camera. Mr.
Maroney.
Maroney.
Yes.
Maroney. Before you see the black and white camera and the grainy images, a little above the quality of, the service, the image.
Well, camera quality has improved dramatically, and with the improvements, it has provided reduced prices, because I guess a lot of people have a perceived notion that, hey, I'm getting a camera and it would be an expensive thing. But with the technologies and prices that are there today, we offer stuff that cameras are really competitive in terms of pricing, in terms of quality. So you don't sacrifice your quality for price. You get something that I guess maybe we would say maybe the more rich people would have cameras back in the days, but it's affordable. Right
so
now.
everyone there is a package for everyone.
Yeah, everybody's able to.
I understand that you can even set up. You know, one of the things. Before, let me just start with this. One of the things that we are suffering from in this country is theft.
Yes.
It seems like there's a joy in going and people are just taking a joy of stealing, not only from your home or your building or residence, but also from your farm. Is there a solution for farmers also? Do you have that?
Not directly, but there are solutions that can be proposed to farmers that can be very innovative, that could assist them in looking at their farms and maybe seeing who might be taking their lettuce, their cucumbers and stuff like that. Because the cameras nowadays are weatherproof, so you don't have to worry about if it gets wet. You know, it will malfunction or anything like that. These things are.
Is it solar system also functioning?
Well, there are innovative ways to get it connected that can use solar and stuff like that. That can get it connected. So in remote areas like a farm, you know, there are ways that you can get it connected that will not need direct electricity and stuff like that.
Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll come back and we will discuss a little bit more what does security has to do with real estate. Stay tuned.
The early bird catches the world. Get ready for back to school with an early bird promotion at Astafans. From July 10th to September 2nd, spend $75 or more on stationery, clothing, textile, shoes, and get a chance to win a Sankey tablet, a backpack filled with stationery items, vouchers valued up to $100, as well as a super school items. Winners will be selected by raffle on September 4th. Terms and conditions apply. Astafans, right place, right price.
The stage is set for the 6th annual NCCU Cadastre Lipso Show, Portersville, Savannah, November 2nd, 2017. Come see top performances by Cadastre bands and individuals and the Cadastre legend. It will be massive. The 2017 NCCU Cadastre Lipso Show, Portersville, Savannah, November 2nd, 2017. The legacy lives on. Make it a dance.
And welcome back. I am happy to have with me in studio this morning Mrs. Marooney. Let me write it down. Marooney and Mr. Marooney. Yes. So they are the two Maroonies that is going to help us with security solutions in our properties. What does security has to do with real estate?
Everything.
Explain.
It's like we say, when you own something, you want to protect it. You want to secure it. You want to have it for as long as possible. So security has everything to do with real estate, because whether you own a house, you own a piece of land, you own the house and the land,
right,
or you're renting a property commercially or renting it to somebody, you want to make sure that it's secure. So security has everything to do with real estate, because that is an investment.
It is.
It is an investment that was made. So we secure everything else. Why not secure our real estate? We secure our vehicles. We secure our cell phones. We secure everything. We have insurance on everything now.
Right.
So yes, you have insurance on your land and everything else, but why not secure it
to see what's
happening? Yes. Who's going there that has no rights? You know, who's going at maybe, and unfortunately we have people who go onto properties who have the rights to go onto property, but then they do malicious things. So it's not always people who don't have the permission that you have to look out for. It's a very unfortunate statement that I'm making, but it's the reality. You have people who have the permissions, who have the keys, who have the entrance and everything, but they are the ones who do malicious things to your property. So security has everything to do with real estate.
And as a real estate agent, one of the things that always comes up when a client is looking to rent a property is security.
Exactly.
You know, you're not, because it is a fancy, you have this and you're charging $3,000-4,000 for the rent. The person wants to know how secure the place is.
I think also security improves your product, your real estate product to your customer. So if they know that your place is secure, whether it's through access control, whether it's through cameras, that they know they have that sense of security, that that your place is secure. So I think it improves your value, the value of your product.
It does. It would. Do you offer monitoring service? It's okay. Most persons are maybe away, and you want to know that there's a company that monitors what's going on. Do you offer monitoring services, or is it in the pipeline?
Monitoring services in the pipeline. There are many things that you can discuss monitoring services. Some people may think it intrusive. Some people may see it as something that is advantageous, because not every time that you are able to at least look at it, whatever, for yourself in terms of camera footage, in terms of you have monitoring services that are available for cameras. It's available for alarm systems. So let's say you have a motion alarm and somebody comes into your house, it can trigger an alarm and say, well, somebody's in your house. And then,
so does that go directly to you presently? Presently it goes directly to the client, or does it come to, let's say, Intelco?
Well, presently it goes to the client, and then the client decides if they want to see it, if they want other people, maybe liaise with the police, that it can happen like that. So you can work in tandem like that.
Any of the monitoring services, any of it, is it linked to the police? Do you have any that is linked to directly to the police?
At the moment, it's all conversations with the customer.
It's conversation,
yes,
but it's possible.
But it's possible, very
Mm-hmm.
possible. And I mean, anything security always comes down to the police.
The police, of
and
course.
assisting them in helping you to solve whatever crime that was permitted to you.
Yes, so it's in the pipeline, as you rightly said. So the basic setup right now is that customers have their system hooked up, that if there's any trip or the alarm goes off, it sends a prompter call to whoever's number they have set up. So let's say the manager, and then the manager would then access his device, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's a tablet, whether it's the laptop or computer. Once there is internet connectivity, he would then log in and see what's going on, and from there determine, okay, I need to call the police, I need to call the fire service.
If you if you are away, can you have a system where anywhere in the world that you can have your property, especially it's a camera, and then you can access
see
it
from anywhere.
Yeah, you can monitor your camera system from anywhere, from any mobile device. Once you have internet connectivity at your home, then that is what they said right now is a basic feature that comes.
What about the alarm system? Can you set it from anywhere?
Yes, the alarm system, once it's connected, you get an alert from anywhere.
And can you set it, or can you
to arm your home,
arm and disarm, and manipulate it from anywhere?
All these features, it will come with an app, and you will be able to do all that.
When you look at the cameras, that are right now that you can be that you are looking at, or you have access to look at the footage what are some of the things that you're seeing, if you can, privilege? I don't want you to snitch, but what are some of that are disturbing, that may be disturbing, or the trend that you're seeing? What's happening? Well,
the only thing I can say without snitching, as you put it, it would be in terms of loitering. Yes.
Okay, let's take a call, and we'll continue this conversation. Good morning, caller, and welcome to Real Estate Talk. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Very interesting program, but I'm pretty baffled and confused. What is the purpose of really having a security company monitor your property and it's not connected to the police? I mean...
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the, the reasons why someone would have a monitoring service is to deter crime and criminals. So without that security company being connected to the police, to me, it's a waste.
Okay. Can you answer that? Thank you so much.
Yes, I can answer. It is not that it's not connected to the police. This structure, as it is right now, we have had customers who have not requested that we do monitoring for them and be connected directly to the police. So they basically have taken it into their own hands to structure it in the way that they want the systems to call them. So let the system give an alarm to their phone. Let the system send the alert to their phone, and they then take things into their hands. So it's not that it cannot be connected to the police, and I value what the caller is saying, because that's very true. The end result, of course, afterwards would be to have communication with the police, of course, police and the fire ambulance services. But it's not that it cannot do it. So for example, if you, for example, caller were to say, I want to get security solutions for my home or my property, and I want monitoring, then of course that can be connected directly to the police, so that they are the first responders basically, as they are. But it's not that it's not possible, it's just the structure. Basically, monitoring was not something that was requested by majority. Yes, majority of the customers did not request monitoring, that we do it for them. They actually had somebody on staff or somebody within the company that they gave that.
So it's mostly for commercial?
Well, mostly commercial, yes. We do have some customers who are out of state and request, that, sort of like for an eye.
Exactly.
Yes. But then, of course, it is still up to the customer how they want that further connectivity to go. So it's not that it's not available, it is available. It's just you decide, you in negotiations, in your talking to us, tell us how to set it up.
Okay. You wanted to add to that?
The customer is the caller, sorry, is correct. But it's all about we building a commercial platform that will support that. So in terms of, like Shari said, at the moment we just having customer to customer relationship. But when we build, when we set up the command center, then these things will go directly to the police.
Okay, thank you. Recently, or some time ago, the Minister of National Security, if I'm wrong, my apology, but there was some talk about putting cameras throughout Roseau. I don't know if that have been done yet, or it have been done in a full scale. Have you had any conversation with the government on that, in setting up surveillance in Roseau? Because after 4 or 5, Roseau seems to be a ghost town.
Not directly to me. I've heard discussions about it. I think these things are maybe on a level higher than me. But
you are.
I would. These are things that I guess that needs proper discussion in terms of particular areas, in terms of safeguarding the population's privacy and all that. So high-level discussions would have to happen to enable something like that.
When we were discussing, Shari, you were saying about the privacy. It could go either way, because if it could go either way. For example, if I have a camera set up on my property, yes, it may intrude in my privacy, but it is the function is to deter or to help
capture
to
at least
what's happening.
That is something.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're doing wrong things, you are concerned about your privacy.
Yes.
But if you're doing normal things, that should not be of concern.
It shouldn't be of concern. It is something that, of course, even after that statement came out, that you would hear people saying that if they put cameras on the streets, it's going to be right in their face, surveying their porches and their doorways and, stuff, places like that. But like you rightly said, it's two-way, really, because the camera, of course, you have to go for proper legislation and everything, and these things are not just vai-ki-vai, done vai-ki-vai. You have to go for, even where the purchasing is concerned, it's tender processes. I mean, government goes through the requests for proposals and all those things. So everything has to be done with a structure. Now, if a camera is being placed to monitor the city, somewhere in the city, it's not placed to look at your porch. It's not placed to look through your window. That would be illegal. The camera would be placed to look at a specific street or a specific area where there is maybe concern of maybe illegal activity going on or things like that. And then you have you have people who would be saying that they're concerned about the fact that it's looking maybe straight out the doorway, there's steps, there's the porch on the roadside and so on. But then at the end of the day, here's the other side of it, the flip side of it. If something occurs there, you will be grateful that the camera actually was captured in that street, so that you can see exactly what happened, when it happened, who was responsible,
and how it happened.
And so you can get answers and closure and some sort of justice at the end. So I think we have to agree that I think the pros outweigh the cons in things like
based
that.
on the amount of maliciousness that is happening right now. Stealing seems to be a style.
Yes.
So I think based on that, the more we engage in doing wrong stuff, is the more these things are brought into deter.
Yes.
You
And then
know?
I would still say it might actually save somebody who maybe kind of slept on the idea of putting security at their home, because maybe the camera would pick it up and you would have had no idea otherwise what was going on. So it's not all bad.
It's not
no.
So Mr. Maroney, if you were the Minister of National Security, knowing what you know and knowing what you see, what would you suggest for Roseau, or at least let's talk about Roseau
in terms of cameras?
Security in terms of security system or solutions.
Well, Roseau, I think Roseau maybe needs, in terms of security, you need cameras in strategic places that can, I guess, help. First of all, it can help the police in terms of reducing maybe staff on in certain times, so the police doesn't have to be patrolling everywhere. You can have a command center where they can view the cameras and monitor traffic, monitor little things, even maybe the vagrant killings that happen in strategic places. You have cameras, you could get this stuff and really secure the people of the country.
Because this is a norm everywhere right now.
Yes.
Every big city
when
there's
you go
camera.
To big metropolitan places.
You're driving, and if you break a light or something, or you go too much,
you get a ticket.
You get a ticket in your mail.
Stuff like that.
So and you don't realize.
So these solutions are not far fetched. I mean, as we put policies and legislations in place, Dominica can be able to support these solutions.
Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
E.H. Johnson Company Limited, the right place for quality products and dependable customer services when building, renovating, and remodeling your home. Visit E.H. Johnson for building supplies, home decoration and garden supplies, plumbing, equipment, tools, and general hardware supplies. E.H. Johnson Company Limited is the right place, the right choice. We offer dependable customer services. Located on Goodwill Road, opens Monday to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Telephone 448-2390. E.H. Johnson Company Limited, the right place for quality products and dependable customer services. Member of True Value Company, agent for Makita Professional Power Tools and Berger Paint.
Real Estate Talk with host Marianne Johnfin, the Real Estate Lady, the best source for all your real estate needs. Real Estate Talk is aired on the big station, Q95 FM, every Tuesday morning from 10:15 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Real Estate Talk is talking primarily on all things real estate, commercial and residential. We talk about the real estate market. We talk about the market conditions for buying and selling. We talk about choosing a professional real estate agent. We talk about financing your purchase and finding the right property. We engage the experts with specific roles in the process of buying and selling real estate. Real Estate Talk every Tuesday on Q95 FM from 10:15 a.m. with host Marianne Johnfin.
Okay, Mr. Maroney, construction right now is not just building concrete and steel. When you are constructing these days, you have to look at all the amenities that you want into the property, and security system is one of them that persons are more looking into.
Yes, even in this time, I would encourage everybody doing new construction to think of putting security devices when they're doing the planning, because you find a lot of people, they build a nice pretty house and then security is an afterthought, and then you have people coming in and drilling your homes with cameras or different things. So in your planning, think of these things. Maybe have a consultant come in and look at where the best camera positions were for alarms. Even having, if you want security lights that come on with motion detection and stuff like that. Think of it in the planning and in the holistic sense, and not just as an afterthought.
And the security, when you talk about security, it's not only about the camera. You know, you have fire detectors.
Yeah, you have fire, smoke detection,
lights,
smoke detection in your kitchen and stuff like that. You have lights if you want your lights to come on just before at a certain time. You know, these are options that are out there for people. You know, so you think of these things so that when you build, all these things are incorporated at the same time.
Okay. I understand that there is also duty-free concession on camera systems.
Yes, that's correct. So that's another way that the price has dropped, because it actually is duty-free thanks to the government of Dominica and the powers that be. Camera systems, there's no duty on there. And so customers looking to get camera systems actually will get better prices because we don't have to factor that in. And we know duty is a bit of a heavy tax.
And you're available to direct persons in choosing the right choice and the right
of course, definitely. We want to encourage everybody who would like to get more information on securing their real estate to contact us, and I will give the details. But we want to say that it's not a situation where we just send you a quotation. We have a team who will come and do a walkthrough of your entire space, because sometimes you do have customers who say, I need 6 cameras and fire and this and that, and sometimes they only need 4. Of course, it goes the other way around as well. So sometimes they say 4 and they really need 6. But we do free walkthroughs and surveys and of your space, so we'd be able to give you a more in-depth quote, something that actually is just for you, tailored for you. So you get that, and then you would be able to say, okay, I want to go ahead with the installation, and of course your cameras would be duty free. And
if you are, and again, if you are providing real estate service, let's say accommodation, it is something that has to be looked at. Security
definitely,
or really part of what needs to be looked into.
Definitely.
So any last words, Mr. Morgan?
Well, I just encourage everybody to take it serious. I mean, see the options that are out there and use security to upgrade your real estate business and also your homes and all that.
Okay.
Yes, so we can be reached at 440-5135, and we are on 9 Elliott Avenue in Portersville, which is the same end-to-end building, the same DBiz building, the same area where Swift Park is. There's a lot going on. So you have a team backing you. It's not just a Johnny-come-lately company. Even if you haven't heard much about Intelico itself, but the team that's there has been there for quite a number of years doing business in Dominica. So we have the best interests of Dominicans and your real estate and your security at heart.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it's really a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I look forward to having you again. And as you know that I'm a real estate agent, a broker, and I have available lots of properties for sale, and should you need my service, feel free to call me anytime. Presently, I have multiple residential lots over in Miro. It's on the way to Fadipe, and the lots are a very nice lots, easy to build, not steep, just gently sloped. And average lots are between 7,000 to 8,000, 9,000 square feet of land at $8. The roads are in, the electricity, the water, all this basic amenity is in already. And so feel free to give me a call at 225-2121 or on my website at diamondrealtyda.com. Until next time, God bless.